I'm going live right now on YouTube.
Okay.
Boy, people are signing up, Julie.
I know.
It's exciting. There we are. Hello.
Oh, I don't see you. Oh, no, I do.
Yeah, again, there's that little delay.
So how am I monitoring StreamYard at the same time?
I would just minimize your YouTube.
Okay, and then when I want to type in, here, wait, I don't hear you talking right now.
Minimize your YouTube.
Okay, and then when I want to type in, here, wait, I don't hear you talking right now.
Minimize.
Oh, I see my handle is Aslan Project Video. And then when I want to type in, here, wait, I don't hear you talking right now.
Minimize.
Oh, I see my handle is Aslan Project Video.
Whoa, hold on.
And then when I want to type in, here, wait, I don't hear you talking right now.
Minimize.
Oh, I see my handle.
What was that?
I don't know. That makes me worried that we can't be on StreamYard and YouTube at the same time.
No, we can be. We just have to have our mics muted.
Okay, let me figure out how to do that. See, my mic is muted.
It's not muted in StreamYard, though.
Which one should it be muted in?
StreamYard.
Okay.
So that's why, like, we wouldn't be able to, we won't be able to hear each other. You know what I mean? That's why we have to go do stuff in private chat. Oh, there's Aziza. Okay. Hi, Aziza.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Oh, look at this.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Her mother's not well and she may have hypothyroidism.
Oh, no.
So she is being investigated right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So, unexpectedly, I have to babysit.
That's fine.
Yeah, she's sitting in an emergency room. Can't hear you.
Unmute your mic, Julie. There you go.
Rosa is in the emergency room?
Yeah, she's not been well. Remember I told you she wasn't well a few days ago?
Yeah.
So her heart rate is so high and she's having severe migraines and they think she may have hyperthyroidism. Well, remember I told you she wasn't well a few days ago?
Yeah.
So her heart rate is... Yeah, there's a lag time between when I'm talking and you're listening.
It's actually an echo.
Okay.
All right, we've got to figure this out. I mean, we'll all go on a half hour early, but...
Yeah, but again, when we mute our mics, Julie, you and me, it should correct itself. Hi.
Hey, Nadia.
StreamYard, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good, thank you. Okay, so I know that we're all super busy and we want to try and get as much done as we can. So what I want to do is I have a couple notes for you guys. So Aziza, whenever you're you only need to be looking at the comments box. So when you click on the comments section, that's where the questions will come to you from Julie and the attendees. So you only have to, for the entire show, you only have to be looking at the comments box, okay? Philip, You only have to look at the private chat box for the whole show because that's where we'll end up feeding people that are donating. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A couple other notes that I had. So when you go, Philip, when you go through the sponsors in the beginning, just do it a little bit slower because I need just a second to be able to pull the slide up for each level. You'll see the slides come up and you'll be reading them, but I just need like, you went through with them yesterday really quickly. So just slow that piece down a little bit.
Okay.
And then the only other thing is whenever you do the live auction prior to, just make certain that you instruct everybody if they want to bid to put their last name, their first name, last name, email, and their bid amount. I think I did that yesterday, but just make sure.
Sounds good.
Julie, I think you're on mute. Do you have anything?
My only question is about, like, for example, when Aziza's finishing her talk, do I not look in the comments to try to feed her questions? Is she going to do that all herself? Like, who's
Aziza's going to be looking at the comments box herself, and Julie will be feeding all of that to her.
Awesome.
So, Julie, when you come up, you need to unmute your StreamYard mic, Julie.
Okay.
There you go. So, Julie, whenever you come up in the comments section, it says Aslan Project Videos.
I realize that. And so I'm not going to type in any questions.
Okay. So
I'll have other people type them in.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go through the entire show just as it will be tomorrow. Julie and I will not be able to talk to either of you. So we're going to just go through the entire show. We'll be making remarks or our notes about anything that we need to. Obviously, Philip, if you can stop if you want to, and you can say something, but we want to try and make it honestly as smooth as we can for tomorrow. Okay.
The only thing that's going to complicate that is that I have my own document with what I've written, and then Julie just sent me about an hour ago some more stuff to put in. So it's going to be hard for me to like live sort of try to put those two things together, but I will do my best.
So Philip, is there any way I can help you with that? Do you want me to like mail, FedEx you the cheat sheet or?
No, I think that's fine. It's just like there's, all the new filler stuff, some of the new tech, like some of the new script stuff is just not like,
it's in the new one, but not in your.
Right. Some of the new tech, like some of the new. But I can mostly just use. I guess I can use just the new cheat sheet, Julie, and I'll just like throw. I think I know my own intro a little bit myself, and that's really the only part I need. So that's fine. Exactly.
I've got one question before I mute, Rick. What if whatever happened to you and me in the beginning happens? Like, what if our YouTube experience for people is totally out of whack? What do we do?
It's a great question. I think honestly, if the technology is not working at all for some reason through YouTube, then I think we text Philip and say we're having some technical difficulties. If you'd please stand by, we're going to work on correcting the problem.
Do you know how to troubleshoot the problem? What will we do?
I need to see, because right now, what we need is someone to just sign into YouTube.
And not through StreamYard?
And not through StreamYard to see if they're hearing like an echo.
Well, that's why I think maybe I should do that.
Or Julie, I can have my mom do it maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Julie, you can just do that tomorrow if you want to. You don't need to be in StreamYard.
Yeah, I do, because I need to be sending Philip information about the tally.
Yeah, correct. You're right.
So I was thinking tomorrow I don't go on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was saying is right now, why don't I just watch it on YouTube?
That's fine.
And sign out of StreamYard.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But Rick, you will, because we've added in this part where we send him tallies.
Yeah.
And he can announce a match.
I'll do that for today.
You can do that, right?
I'll do that for today. Yeah.
Okay. Let me just grab this document. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to sign out of StreamYard, but this way I can also send the questions to Aziza.
Okay.
During your part. Okay. All right. So I'm just
let me know when you get to YouTube. Let me know. Just text me and let me know if you have audio. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be in touch with you by text.
Great.
Okay, I'm just signing out of StreamYard now.
Okay.
Okay.
I will let you know here in a minute. We have the intro videos first. I'm just going to text her. Okay. Okay.
Hello and welcome to all our guests from around the world who are joining our very first Aslan virtual event. My name is Smith Yule, and it's been my honor to be chairman of the board of the Aslan project for the last 6 years. We are thrilled to be hosting our annual Washington Smith Yule virtual event that we can raise awareness of the Aslan project, both about our work and about childhood. Thrilled to be hosting our annual Washington Smith Yule. In addition, we're providing us a greater opportunity to awareness of the partners on the ground and to the children and families we serve. A major purpose of the raised funds so that the work of the Aslan project can continue. You will hear tonight of the great progress that we and our local partners are making toward our goal of establishing effective and sustainable pediatric cancer health systems. But we will hear tonight the great progress that we and our local partners are making operational at the beginning of the pandemic, so that this progress has only escalated during the past night. To ensure that this progress will continue, we have a set goal for the season, so that this progress has only escalated. And thanks to major sponsors like Rehersal Company, to ensure that this progress very we are well on our way to meeting that goal. While we are aware of the many competing needs for we ask that each of you join us on 14th so that we can come together in person next year. We will be able to celebrate the opening of additional pediatric cancer units. We ask the training of more pediatric oncology physicians and nurses to come together to continued improvement in standards of care, celebrate your care, and increase survival of children. Training of more pediatric oncology physicians and nurses to come together to continued improvement in standards of care, celebrate your care.
Hi, I'm Mary Louise Cohen, and I'm one of the founders of the Aslan Project. I'm delighted tonight to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Philip Cohen. When he was 16, Philip spent a month in the field of the Aslan, returned to tell his dad, I'm delighted tonight to introduce our Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Philip Cohen. So impressed that when he was 16, Philip spent a month in the field. On that trip, I met him at Panama, delighted tonight to introduce our Master of Ceremonies. Philip later worked with our staff members at 16 years. While Philip was employed at the Aslan Project was finished. Philip later worked with a team of world-class doctors to assist him. While Philip was sent to Southern Aslan Project. That experience led him world-class doctors to assist. He is now a third year resident of Children's Hospital. He is also a global fellow. Now, just to host the event, also taught them how to produce experts on
Thanks, Mom, and thanks everyone for being here. I couldn't be more excited to be with Mom, and I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everybody for Some things, of course, haven't changed. I'm a little bit nervous as a public speaker at a venue such as this, and so in order to keep myself calm and focused, I am imagining everyone in their birthday suits this evening. In all seriousness, this event will be shorter, likely than other fundraisers you've been to, but hopefully no less impactful. And so we're thrilled that you made the time to join us. As we start the evening, I do want to pause briefly and note that these are not normal times right now in the world. There's a lot of ugliness, quite frankly, and what makes that ugliness harder for me anyway is that there's so much uncertainty surrounding all of that. But what I'm hoping tonight is that it provides you a sense that all is not ugly in the world, and that with a shared goal in mind, hope and progress is possible. Simply stated, the Aslan Project has come such a long way in the last 8 years, building partnerships on the ground and expanding access to training and pediatric cancer care in Ethiopia and now Kenya. We are at a crucial tipping point, however, in this work. And so tonight is even more important, perhaps, than we initially thought. I'd like to make an exciting announcement, actually, to kick the night off. As our board chair, Smith Ewell, had shared with you just a couple minutes ago, the goal for the evening was $60,000. However, thanks to the incredible generosity of so many people and pre-event sponsors, we are already approaching $55,000 before the event has even begun. So I'd like to spend just a second here thanking the following event sponsors and major sponsors: the Anderson Company, Troutman Sanders, Dr. Asresahan Getacho, Dr. Meskarem Asrasahan, Smith and Julia Ewell, Smith and Dorothy Gouch, Craig Lustig and Pete Carter, Salami Getacho, and Margaret Chow. Will you join them and help us reach $75,000 tonight, maybe? To help us get there, we are offering 2 very exciting giving opportunities. One, beginning right now and throughout the evening, you can support Aslan's work by texting Aslan, that's ASALAN, to 56512. To spark your interest in this potential option, we are offering some very special straw items made by mothers of children with cancer receiving treatment at our first pediatric cancer program in Addis Ababa. The first 5 donors at $2,500 or above will receive a large straw basket. The first 3 donors at the $1,000 level will receive a large straw mat or wall hanging. The first 20 donors at the $500 level will receive a straw round trivet. And the first 10 donors at the $50 level will receive a bag of Ethiopian coffee donated by the Harar Coffee and Roastery. A little bit later in the evening, we will be having a short but exciting live auction with some wonderful items. We look forward to spending the next 60 minutes or so with you, tell you a little bit more about our programming and ways to be involved. Please stay with us to the end to join us in making 2 very special awards as well. But first, to kick off the evening, I couldn't be more excited to introduce you to a few of the thousands of children, parents, doctors, and other health professionals who will be benefiting from your support this evening.
Hi, I'm Daniel Hailukafani. In the past 8 years, Aslan has been involved in progressing the care for pediatric hematology oncology patients, and also been involved in re-establishing the hematology oncology fellowship program. And through TAPCO, who gets support from Aslan and other partners. And because of this NGO, we've been able to give treatment and complete treatment. So the rate of abandonment has dropped by 70%. When I was a resident many years ago, most of our patients would die of cancer, and they would die a terrible death. And it honestly has been a major change in the treatment outcome in our patients. It's great to see children who were extremely sick come out healthy and walking around, eating well and playing. And I really do appreciate what Aslan has been doing in bringing change in the lives of these children. Thank you very much, Aslan, for being involved in our country. And I hope to work with you in the future. Thank you.
My name is Jamal Bakar. I come from Oromia region, East Hararghe zone, Kabili administration. My children name is Ubana Jamal. Your this is Ubana Jamal is 2 years old. Your this is Wilmis Tumor stage 1. Azad transferred to Black Lion Hospital. After today is Azlan supporting at that time at Ture, after Ture. Thank you very much.
I'm Dr. Mahmoud Dinkiye, certified pediatrician in Ethiopia. As we know, currently we have only 7 pediatric hematologists in Ethiopia. If I successfully graduate, I'm going to be the ace for a total population of more than 50 million children in Ethiopia. After this training, I'm going back to St. Paul Millennium Medical College and to take part in establishment of the biggest national cancer center in Ethiopia with a capacity of 250 beds. So this is going to be a high impact project, and using this opportunity, I would like to thank Aslan for facilitating my training. Thank you so much.
እኔ ወደሬ በቀለ እባላለሁ። ከአርሲ ነገሌ ነው የመጣሁት። አርሲ ነገሌ ነው ወረዳዬ። ልጄ ለሚታ አምሩ ይባላል። እድሜው 5 ዓመት ነው። ወደዚህ ጋር የመጣነው ታሞ ነበረ። አሁን ሐኪም ቤት ስንሄድ ወደ ሪፍሬል ብለው አዋሳ ላኩን። ከአዋሳ ደግሞ አዲስ አበባ ጥቁር አንበሳ ተባለ። ከዛ እዚህ ስንመጣ ካንሰር ህመምተኛ ነው አሉ። ህመሙ ተገኘ። ከዛ በቃ ግንቦት 4 ነው ጥቁር አንበሳ የገባ ነው። እስካሁን ድረስ ተሻሽሎ ይኸውና እግዚአብሔር ይመስገን ህይወቱን እግዚአብሔር አምላክ አዳለን። በዛም ብዙ አገልግሎት እያደረጉልን ነው። እግዚአብሔር አምላክ ይስጣቸው። ምንም የጎደለብን ነገር የለም። ከኛ ጋር ለፍተዋል። እግዚአብሔርም ቆጥሮላቸዋል። ነው ተደስተን የሚሰራ ነው። 6 ወር ነው ከመጣው ማለት ነው። አዝላን ፕሮጀክት በጣም አመሰግናለሁ ብዬ ነው የምወርደው።
I am Dr. Ali Saddam. I want to pass my gratitude to the organizers of Aslan and Aslan project, because from the beginning I know what they have been doing irrespective of the obstacles, the bureaucracy, the distance where they come from, and irrespective of all those obstacles, they really initiated and materialized this country's childhood malignancy problem in the country. I don't have words to express how my gratitude toward those individuals. I can mention particularly Julie, Aziz, Sheila, and all the others. Really, this country will never actually forget what you have done for this country. One day you will be rewarded. I just want to say that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Azlan. Thank you, Azlan. Thank you, Azlan. Thank you, Azad. Thank you.
That video is just a little bit of what it's all about. Next, I have the esteemed pleasure of introducing someone who needs no real introduction, Dr. Aziza Shad, who served as medical director of the Aslan Project, helped co-found it about 8 years ago. She also is the the LNWP Wasserman Chair of the Department of Pediatrics at the Herman and Walter Samuelson Children's Hospital at Sinai Hospital of Baltimore. She is not just a brilliant and empathetic physician. She's not just an expert in building cancer care capacity around the world. She is an absolute force of nature. I would argue that the success of the Aslan Project would be impossible without Aziza's ability to build a cadre of people happy to spend their otherwise free time working on this project alongside her. Without further ado, Dr. Aziza Shad.
Thank you, Philip, and thank you for your very kind remarks. I too want to join you in welcoming everyone who has joined us tonight, and I hope that you and your families have remained well. Truly, these are unsettling times, but I'm so proud and thrilled to share that together with our partners in Ethiopia and Kenya, our team has met these challenges head on. In fact, not only has our work with the Ethiopian and Kenyan doctors, nurses, and other specialists not stopped, we've actually expanded our impact over the past 7 months. Our progress building the pediatric healthcare cancer system in Ethiopia, in particular, must of course be traced back to our foundational work over the last 8 years. And one recent recognition for us, a milestone, came from the preeminent journal, The Pediatric Blood and Cancer, which has actually accepted an article written about our fellowship program and our work on training pediatric fellows in Ethiopia and Kenya. But tonight, I really want to focus on the exciting milestones of the recent past. In August 2018, Julie Bross, our executive director, and I met to map out the country's future strategic course with Ethiopia's Federal Ministry of Health and the country's 6 founding pediatric hematologists oncologists, half of whom were trained by the Aslan Project. The ministry directed us to focus on building a national system, one that integrated Ethiopia's 4 pediatric oncology programs and continued to build a nationwide structure through coordinated training initiatives and other collaborative efforts. Consistent with that directive, we have implemented comprehensive initiatives addressing virtually all aspects of the healthcare system that in just 24 months have realized transformative change. So let me just talk about them very briefly to you. We've moved our fellowship program back to Tikur Mbesa Specialized Hospital, or TASH, in Addis Ababa, and opened it up to all pediatric oncology units in the country so that people from every part of Ethiopia can be trained. Our current fellows will go on to staff 2 different centers, and we anticipate accepting additional candidates in 2021 to staff others as well. We've sent nurses from around the country and Gertrude Children's Hospital in Kenya to train in Pakistan, which probably has one of the most premier pediatric oncology nursing training programs. We've hosted the Global Health Infectious Diseases team from St. Jude's Research Hospital at a conference on infection prevention and control and brought together pediatric oncologists, infection control specialists, and critical care specialists, along with pediatric oncology nurses from throughout Ethiopia and Gertrude Children's Hospital in Kenya. We partnered with the University of North Carolina's Lineberger Cancer Center and the School of Pharmacy and have now launched a data collection and management initiative that will soon introduce Ethiopia's first ever national pediatric cancer registry. And finally, we have joined with Tel Aviv Sorovsky Medical Center in Israel to provide concentrated mentorship to Jimma University Medical Center and design a curriculum to train a novel workforce to broaden pediatric cancer capacity throughout the country. It is this collaborative groundwork that has also enabled us to increase the scope and our progress significantly during the pandemic. In direct response to the COVID-19 crisis, which has infected more than 80,000 people in Ethiopia, including patients, physicians, and social workers, on the TASH Pediatric Oncology Unit. Give me one second. We launched a campaign to address the acute shortage of PPE and infection control supplies, and in partnership with Ambassador Fitza Marega and the Ethiopian Embassy, have been successful in sending a huge shipment of supplies to our colleagues there. As most of you may remember, in 2015, we helped establish the Comprehensive Family and Psychosocial Support Program in Ethiopia called TAPCO. Thanks to the support of the Macmillan Stewart Foundation, we have now expanded the services that TAPCO offers to Mekelle and Gondar, in addition to Addis and Jimma, so that children in treatment and their families at all Ethiopian pediatric cancer centers that we are supporting can now access vital services. Also, in early March, we transitioned our education and training program remotely to a platform that has worked very well for us. We realized the inability of our colleagues, our faculty, to visit Ethiopia at this difficult time. However, the education of fellows had to continue. And I'm very delighted to report that we have by now provided over 70 lectures given by our global experts to pediatric hematologists, oncologists, fellows, residents, nurses, pathologists, infection control and critical care specialists, and others from Ethiopia as well as Kenya. We've introduced additional initiatives to improve standards of care, including complex case presentations, reviews of treatment guidelines, a journal club to discuss articles about cutting-edge research. And we've enrolled our SIOP conference. The International Society of Pediatric Oncology hosts an annual conference every year, which is really the conference that most people who do global health want to attend. And it is really geared towards low and middle income countries as well. I'm very proud to report that we have now enrolled and registered 34 of our partners from all the centers in Ethiopia and Kenya that we support to attend this week's virtual conference of the Society of Pediatric Hematology Oncology. So that is amazing, because this would not have been possible had this conference not been virtual and had Aslan not taken the initiative to do it. So looking forward, I think what is perhaps the most exciting development of all, and thanks to all these comprehensive investments and initiatives over the years, we are witnessing the growth and the evolution of our local partners in Ethiopia, and Gertrude Children's Hospital in Kenya now assume leadership roles and take ownership for pediatric oncology care in Ethiopia. And Julie and I are working on behalf of Aslan to help them establish the first Ethiopian Society of Pediatric Hematology Oncology, which will then provide them with a platform to advocate for pediatric cancer services within their country. So I think our dream is slowly coming to fruition. Our train the trainer model is what we had hoped for, and it is beginning to evolve. And this is what will contribute to the long-term sustainability of the healthcare system. So I hope this gives you some idea of the depth and breadth of the services that Aslan has provided, not just over the years, but particularly during the COVID pandemic as well. So I'd like to close by sharing a note sent to us by Dr. Tedeli Hailu, one of our 6 pediatric hematologists, oncologists in Ethiopia, who started the program at the IDA Comprehensive Cancer Center, specialized hospital in Mekelle, and is now leading the program at St. Paul's Millennium Medical College in Addis Ababa, opening the pediatric cancer program there. This is what he wrote. I cannot thank you enough for the great deal of help you are doing for us. You and your team are the brightest candles for our journey in this country. In the midst of our frustrations, you gave us strength, hope, and positive energy, heartfelt appreciation for all of you. But in the end, we could have never continued this work without the generous support that each and every one of you who is here with us today, and the many, many donors who have contributed to our program over the years have given us. Our medical faculty is second to none. Our board helps us every step along the way, without which we would never have been able to succeed. So once again, a heartfelt thank you. And in the words of Dr. Tedeli Hailu, we extend the same heartfelt appreciation to each and every one of you. Now I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you. So I see a question over here, and I think this comes from Philip Cohen. What are Aslan's priorities for the future of Ethiopia? Of course, the priority for me and for all of us at Aslan is to see the growth, the development, and finally the emergence of a strong, comprehensive pediatric cancer system in the country. To see the pediatric oncologists of Ethiopia now take initiative for all the decisions that are made regarding pediatric hematology oncology, to see them partner with the government and have a strong voice, particularly through the development of the Ethiopian Pediatric Oncology Society, which we are in the midst of forming right now. And finally, to also bring new initiatives to Ethiopia. For example, the retinoblastoma early detection program, a disease which involves and gives cancer of the eye, where sight can be saved and where a life can be saved through early detection. All right, here's another question. What has been Ethiopia's experience with COVID-19 and how has it impacted your partner's psyche? I have never seen a more resilient group of physicians, nurses, social workers, therapists, pharmacists than I see in Ethiopia and Kenya through this COVID-19 pandemic. They continue to treat patients. We continue to support it. Through the PPE we have brought in, we have hopefully provided safety for most of them. They have remained resilient and they have remained courageous through this entire ordeal. And you may or may not know it, but a large number of our colleagues did get COVID-19, and including families and children. We were supported in moving the children to another site for isolation. And once they improved, their treatment continued. So through this whole pandemic, they have remained upbeat, hopeful, and dedicated to the care of the children in their country.
Well, thank you, Aziza, so much for that excellent summary of what you guys have been up to in Ethiopia. It is always so uplifting to hear about all the progress being made. Before we move on, I do want to announce that we've already raised over $1,500 through the text to give option of 56512, texting the word Aslan2. So $1,500 closer to our goal of $75,000 for the night. Thank you to Rick Fowler and Mike Smith for contributing already this evening. Now, last year, we inaugurated the Global Pediatric Cancer Partnership Award to honor those who have demonstrated a significant commitment and contribution to our mission to provide children from low-resource countries access to the care and treatment they need to survive cancer. This year, we'll recognize two exceptional foundations, which together have provided the anchor funding for our foundational program efforts in Ethiopia. I'd like to welcome Julie Bross, Executive Director of the Aslan Project, to announce the first of those two awards.
Hi, everyone. I'd first like to echo my colleagues' welcome to all those who are joining us this evening, and our thanks to all our sponsors and donors to our event tonight. We are deeply grateful to each and every one of you. The Jones Day Foundation holds a very special place to me as well as to Aslan. I was fortunate to be a part of the Jones Day family for more than 20 years as an attorney in its Washington, D.C. office. Then in 2014, when I had joined Aslan's staff, we were seeking funding to continue our Pediatric Hematology Oncology Fellowship Training Program in Ethiopia. The foundation stepped up with a major grant to enable us to continue that program. In 2015 and again in 2016, the foundation provided us with the primary funding to open our second comprehensive pediatric cancer program in Ethiopia, in Jimma, Ethiopia, and also to start a fellowship training program there. Then the following year, it provided us with another grant, this time to increase the workforce capacity at Jimma and within Ethiopia to diagnose pediatric cancers. For their cornerstone and steadfast support of Aslan's mission, it is my sincere honor and privilege to present this Global Pediatric Cancer Partnership Award to the Jones Day Foundation. It will be accepted by my friend, Greg Shoemaker, who is a trustee of the foundation. But first, I'm very happy to introduce two very special beneficiaries of the foundation's generosity to say hello.
My name is Doreen Tua. I am a beneficiary of the Aslan project training. I did my fellowship training in Ethiopia and India and the US, and completed my training in May of 2018. Previously, before my training, I was working with Gertrude's Children's Hospital, and that is where, after I completed my training, I went back to actually strengthen the hemato-oncology service in the hospital. Seeing what I have been able to achieve in such a short time in helping and treating children in Kenya for diseases that would previously have been regarded as death sentences. Most of our children with cancer are actually do not survive their diagnosis. Majority of the time, because of late diagnosis, most healthcare providers don't know how to diagnose and even to treat these children. So coming back and being able to set up a practice, set up systems, be able to interact even with the Ministry of Health to raise awareness about childhood cancer has been actually one of my dreams come true. So today I want to thank the Jones Day Foundation and in conjunction with the Aslan project, because if it were not for this opportunity that they gave me to train for my fellowship in pediatric hematology and oncology, I would not have been able to be in this space and to do all that I have been able to. So thank you very much. Thank you, Jones Day Foundation, for what you're doing. And this is actually a milestone that you are achieving, and you're changing the lives of African children. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Dirriba Fufa. Jimma Medical Center Pediatric Oncology Unit program was started in 2016 by the support of the Aslan project and the generous support of Jones Foundation. Before this program opened, there was no pediatric cancer service in our hospital for the entire almost 1/5 of the population in the country. When the Aslan project started, it was one of the historical milestones in the history of pediatric oncology service in the country. The Aslan project started this program by taking different strategies to improve this pediatric oncology center. The Aslan project brought a resident medical director, an expert of pediatric oncologist from America, to stay here for 2 years to build the pediatric oncology program here. In addition, the Aslan project trained different health professionals so that the team could be complete to start the service. One of the milestones the Aslan project put here is the fellowship program. 2 of the fellows were graduated from this program, from which I'm the one, and one of my friends from Kenya. She is back to her homeland to serve the children there. With this team, we have seen more than 400 children with cancer, and many of the children was improved from their disease. What the Aslan project and Jones Foundation did for these needy children, extraordinary. Our journey in the past 4 years it was not easy. It was very difficult and challenging, but the level of the unit, the capacity of our unit is now able to diagnose, treat, support children with cancer. This beginning is going to be a huge step for our children. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. This is Greg Shoemaker with the Jones Day Foundation. I'm coming to you live from my basement. I'm really honored to be here today. Julie Bross, kindly let us know at the foundation that the Aslan Project was honoring us with the Global Pediatric Health Award. And so I met with Julie last week, and she was kind enough to hand me the award with sort of a 10-foot pole when I saw her, and she insisted that I not open it until now. So I want you to know that I'm opening it now for the first time, and here it is. Oh, this is great. And it says, I'll read it to you. It says, the Aslan Project presents the Global Pediatric Cancer Partnership Award with gratitude to the Jones Day Foundation 2020. Thank you so much for this. It's really not necessary, but on behalf of the foundation, I graciously accept the award. It has been our privilege to be associated with the Aslan Project and all that you have been doing, and all of your great successes in the diagnosis and treatment of pediatric cancer in Ethiopia and Kenya. And it really is, we're gratified to be associated with the organization and helping in some way producing the kinds of graduates that the Aslan Project and at Jimma and Tosh have been doing, and it's just been wonderful to have actually be on the sidelines and now take credit for something that really all of you are doing. So thank you for that. I was also going to say that we're also at Jones Day extremely proud that you have one of our own as your executive director. I know that all of you know Julie Bross, who has been a friend of mine for over 30 years, and who I just can't think of anyone who is kinder or smarter or more capable than Julie. And we just think we're just thrilled to be to have her with you. She's always been a part of the Jones Day family, but we feel a special connection to all of your efforts because of Julie and her prominent place within your organization. So we're very proud of Julie, and we're terribly proud of receiving this wonderful honor. And thank you very much for that and for letting us be a part of the Aslan Project's wonderful efforts. Thanks again.
All right, thanks again to the Jones Day Foundation, and congratulations on the award. I'd like to announce a couple more donations tonight via the text to give ability. We've raised over $1,000 more. I'm wondering if there's anyone out there who wants to match the $2,500 that's already been raised through text this evening. Feel free to go for it. But in the meantime, I hope everybody has their virtual paddles ready, because it's time for the live auction. I'd like to explain how this works really briefly. If you'd like to make a bid for an item, please type in the chat box your first and last name, your bid amount, and your email address, and we'll be monitoring the chat box for incoming bids. Those who submit the winning bids will then need to complete that payment by texting Aslan again to 56512 and enter the winning amount in the other field when directed to do so by the payment site. Now, note this is sort of virtual this year, obviously, so there's a bit of a lag time between when I'm talking and when you're hearing me and when you're typing. So I really encourage you to, as quickly and early as possible, start putting those bids in to sort of reduce that lag time and make sure that, I see it before I call the auction. I will try to give you fair warning to the best of my abilities. Good luck, everybody. Let's get this thing started. The first item up for auction today is a Luxe Getaway at the Salamander Resort and Spa. The fair market value of this is $1,000. We can start the bidding now at $750, but the Salamander Resort and Spa is set on 340 beautiful acres in the world-famous horse country of Middleburg, Virginia. It is a 5-star country retreat. It is the ultimate destination. It has a beautiful spa, a cooking studio, a farm-to-table restaurant, and a wine bar. You can use this gift certificate however you want at the resort itself, and it is donated very graciously by the Salamander Resort and Spa. Do I see an opening bid of $750? It looks like I do. If I go over here real quickly. Oh, okay. I see $1,000 up, $1.25 $1,000. That is remarkable. Can we do a little bit better than that, folks? The town of Middleburg itself, in addition to the resort, offers an endless array of adventures and explorations. Do I see anything higher than 1.25K? Luxury shops. How about that? Beautiful wineries in the area. Looks like 1.25K going once, 1.25K going twice, and sold to Julie Bross. Congratulations, Julie. If you would text Aslan, that, as it says right there, to 56512, you can purchase your item. Congratulations, you are going to love your time at the Salamander Resort and Spa. The second item is for all of you art lovers out there. It is one of two beautiful paintings by Reba Stewart, donated so kindly by the Macmillan Stewart Foundation. The fair market value of this work is about $600. If we could start the bidding at $450. Let me tell you a little bit about Reba Stewart. She's reemerged in legacy and spirit in the art world. And now, as it was then, she's come like a swirl of energy to direct and inspire a generation of innovative thought among art students. Do I see $450 in the chat? Thanks to her longtime friend, Genevieve McMillan and the Macmillan Stewart Foundation, Reba Stewart remains one of the leading figures of Boston's own Beat Generation. Her work has been displayed in such prestigious institutions as the Fogg Museum at Harvard, the Boston Museum of Fine Arts, and the Yoshido Gallery of Tokyo, Japan. Looks like we're up to $600 already in the chat for the auction here. It was actually, do I see 650, or are we going to go 600 going once? 600 going twice, and oh, I see 700. Never mind. All right, let me tell you a little bit more about Reba and Genevieve. They share a love of travel that connected them during their decades-long friendship and collaboration. Reba actually won a traveling scholarship to study in Japan, which is possibly how she ended up showing her work there. I see $800 in the chat. Can we do any better than that? $800. This is, again, one of two beautiful pieces of art. I would recommend bidding now, but we do have one more coming up after this. Okay, $800 going once, $800 going twice, and sold. Congratulations. If you'd like to text Aslan to 56512 to purchase your item, you can enjoy this beautiful piece of artwork. That is awesome. Let's go on, if you don't mind, to the next item, which again is a second painting by Reba Stewart. Again, donated by the Macmillan Stewart Foundation with a fair market value of $600. Do we see a starting bid of $450? I see there was a late bid on the previous work of art after it had already been sold. That's why I'm telling you folks, you got to get those bids in early. Luckily, you got another chance here, Mr. Smith. All right, let's get it going. When Reba was traveling around the world on scholarship, recognizing her outstanding artistic merit, she wrote these words. My advice to anyone is do more than you think you can do, and then you can do more. Don't worry about making art. The art is not in the making of the object, but in the living that goes before the making. I already see $700 in the chat. I see $700, and remember, there is a bit of a lag here. So as I'm saying this, it's like you're already listening to me in the past. Okay, I see $800. $800. Can we do better than that? Reba unfortunately passed away at the age of 41, but her legacy lives on not only in her work, but in the work of many students at the Maryland Institute of College of Art in Baltimore, MICA as it's called. Oh, I already see $900 in the chat. Do I see 1,000? Can we get to 1,000 for this absolutely stunning painting? There's also a traveling fellowship endowed by Genevieve McMillan in her honor at the printmaking department at the Massachusetts College of Art. I see $900 in the chat. $900 will be going once, $900 going twice, and sold. Congratulations. Susan Tate, if you would text Aslan to 56512 to purchase your item. Oh, again, another late bid, but I've already sold the item. All right, we're gonna keep it moving. Get those bids in early. I will do my best to take an extra beat for you guys. Well, I understand you got to think about these things pretty hard, but the fourth item up for auction today is a virtual master cooking class dinner by the former minibar chef Josh Ermias, including live music and a wine pairing. This has a starting bid of $900 with a fair market value of $1,200. So if we get those bids going in the chat now, I'll tell you a little bit more about this. This is a very fun evening. You can join the former head chef at the restaurant Minibar by Jose Andres, Josh Ermias. You can join him live online for a virtual dinner cooking class for yourself and a group of your friends. This evening will combine a menu paired with live classical music performances. This is based on his new restaurant concept, Parsifal. The haute cuisine and compositions will be designed to play off each other to create an immersive cooking and dining experience. I already see $1,400 in the chat. This is a night to never forget. This package includes wine pairings donated by the incomparable Danny Fisher of Wine Traditions and Mary Grace Fisher as well to complement the menu. This will be a lot of fun in the era of social distancing. Maybe have a couple people over to cook or have them join you online to do so. I already see 1,400 in the chat. Do I see 1,500 for this exceptional evening? Chef Josh, I see 1,400. Oh, I see 1,500. Excellent. Let's keep it going. This is a night to remember. Wine, learn to make something new, hang out with an awesome chef, learn how to do something. I see 1,500 in the chat. Live music to go along with it for an immersive experience. $1,500 going once. $1,500 going twice. I see $1,600. Never mind. We're going to keep it going. I see $1,600. Can I get $1,700? Again, this is a night you will not forget. Maybe there are some friends you haven't seen in a while. You've been trying to come up with something to do together that makes sense. And during this pandemic, this is the kind of thing that is safe to do and memorable. All right, I have $1,600 in the chat. This is going to be, once this kind of restaurant can be hard to get a table at in town. $1,600 going once. $1,600 going twice for this unforgettable evening. And $1,600 sold. Congratulations. If you wouldn't mind texting Aslan to 56512 to purchase your item, you will get you on your way and we'll get you set up with Chef Josh. Awesome. Let's move on to this. A week away in Stone Harbor, New Jersey. Enjoy an unforgettable week here. This is a home that's fair market value of $6,850. We'll start the bidding at $4,750. It's a week again on the Jersey Shore, beautiful Stone Harbor, New Jersey. Enjoy an unforgettable week at this gracious vintage bayfront home in the charming beach town of Stone Harbor, only a couple of hours away from Washington, D.C., a couple hours away from New York. This 3-bedroom house is offered for the week of June 26th through July 3rd of this upcoming year, 2021. I see $5,500 already in the chat, which makes sense to me, given look at these photos with intracoastal waterways to the west and the Atlantic Ocean to the east. Beach and nature lovers, sports enthusiasts, and shoppers alike will find plenty to see and do. Do I see 6,000 in the chat, perhaps? Stone Harbor, or 7 Mile Island, as it occupies with its neighbor Avalon, is one big playground. The owner will be offering a tandem kayak to use exploring the wetland wateries and a stand-up paddleboard to add to your fun if anyone is a big supper out there. Oh, I do see $6,000 in the chat. This is a prime week during the summer calendar, just before the July 4th holiday. $6,000 in the chat for this beautiful home. Again, 3 bedrooms right on the bay there in Stone Harbor. I'm actually not far from there now myself in Cape May, New Jersey. And let me tell you, this area is spectacular. I see $6,500 in the chat. Do you think we could get to the fair market value of $6,850? I think that's only fair, folks. You could have a wonderful, I will say I was in Stone Harbor yesterday, had some of the best ice cream of my life, ladies and gentlemen. Do I see $6,850 in the chat? Currently $6,500. maybe a good way to reconnect with some people you haven't seen in a while. If you have kids who are a couple hours away, convince them to come hang out with you in the beach. What beats that? $6,500 going once, $6,500 going twice. And we're going to wrap up the bidding here. $6,500 sold. Congratulations. If you wouldn't mind texting Aslan to 56512, we'll get that item paid for and we'll keep it rolling. We have one more item left. I know everyone here wants to be a winner tonight, so let's talk about the Call Your Mother catering tray for 10 and swag bag. All right, fair market value of $260, starting bid of $250. I want to tell you about this Call Your Mother catering tray and swag bag because this is a personal favorite of mine. Treat your family and friends this holiday season to a fun package from DC's most exciting new restaurant companies. I can say that because I know the owners, you know. This package includes a Call Your Mother t-shirt, size of your choice, a bag of coffee, a coffee mug, a hat, a $10 gift card, and a deluxe bagel platter for $10 with assorted bagels, seasonal veggies, cream cheese, candied salmon cream cheese. Whoa, what is that? White fish salad, smoked salmon, and candied salmon. Oh man, $300 in the chat. This is the kind of item, maybe it's the day after Thanksgiving and you just have a couple people still at the house, put out this catering tray, boom, it's gonna go like wildfire. It is sure to make the whole family happy. Bring a lot of napkins. Enjoy every last morsel. I do insist. I see $350 for the swag bag and catering tray. Call Your Mother has made all of the DC lists of hottest new places to go. They've opened a couple new shops around the city. Do I see $400 in the chat? Currently going for $350. I can almost taste the bagels myself, making me hungry just looking at that. All right, I see $350. I see $350 going once. Maybe you want to, oh, I see $400. Someone, I guess, is planning to have a big Christmas. Get the family around, enjoy some bagels. All right, $400, beautiful. $400 going once. I see $400 for this swag bag and catering tray. Can I get $450? Can someone give me $450 for this? All right, $400 going once and $400 going twice. Oh, I see $450. Never mind. All right, we're going to keep it rolling. Call Your Mother. You know, it's the kind of place where you always want to go, but the line's always so darn long. But with this, you don't have to wait in line. You're going to get your catering tray set up. We're going to get you in contact with the folks at Call Your Mother who are going to make sure that this is an easy thing to do. So not only are you getting the hottest bagels in the whole city, but you're doing it sort of in the VIP line, if you will. $450. So I see $500. I see $450 in the chat right now. Can I get $500 for some candied salmon, cream cheese? I mean, we're not just talking your mama's cream cheese. We're talking candied salmon, cream cheese. $450 going once. $450 going twice. And sold. Congratulations. If you text Aslan, that's ASLAN, to 56512 to purchase your item. I want to congratulate all of our winners. Thank you, everyone, for those generous bids. All of that's going to go a long, long way to making sure we reach our goal of $75,000 for this evening. All right. Whew. That's enough of me for a little while, huh? I'd like to welcome Julie back to present the second Global Pediatric Cancer Partnership Award this evening.
When Aziza Shad and the other members of our medical advisory board designed the holistic model for Aslan's global work, they included 3 best practice pillars that are essential to the effective treatment and care of children with cancer. Thus, in addition to workforce capacity and dedicated infrastructure development, a critical component of our work from the outset has been the provision of psychosocial, housing, nutrition, transportation, and other financial supports to children in treatment and their families, without which nearly all families would have been forced to abandon treatment prior to completion of their children's regimen. Beginning in 2015, we partnered with an Ethiopian NGO, TAPCO, to provide, monitor, and oversee these supports in Addis Ababa. The next year, the president of the Macmillan Stewart Foundation happened to see our co-founders, Aziza Shad and Mary Louise Cohen, speak at a dinner. He reached out to us and asked us to apply for a grant from the foundation. This was a turning point, not just for Aslan, but also for children with cancer and their families in Ethiopia. Since the fall of 2017, the Macmillan Stewart Foundation has funded the Family and Psychosocial Support Program in Addis Ababa at the Seba Dereja compound, the expansion of TAPCO to Jimma in 2018, and in 2020, the opening of TAPCO chapters in Mekelle and Gondar, the sites of the country's 2 other pediatric cancer units. Thanks to the Macmillan Stewart Foundation, nearly 1,000 Ethiopian children with cancer and their families receive these supports each year, and that is only the beginning. For their compassionate care for the comprehensive needs of children with cancer and their families, it is my sincere honor and privilege to present the Global Pediatric Cancer Partnership Award to the Macmillan Stewart Foundation. It will be accepted by my friend, Kabeba Gizal, the president of the foundation. But first, I would like to welcome Sarah Ibrahim from TAPCO to share her own thanks to Kabeba and his colleagues.
Hi, my name is Sarah Ibrahim. I'm the executive director of TAPCO. TAPCO is a parent group in Ethiopia. We work with different hospitals. Our main goal is giving psychosocial support for parents and children with cancer. We started working in Addis Ababa with the Gorambesa Hospital. We have now expanded to Jimma, Gondar, and Mekelle with the help of Macmillan Stewart Foundation. We have established a program similar with Addis Ababa in 2017, and we have been working with them since then. Now we are found in Seba Dereja Accommodation Center, where we give psychosocial support for patients in Addis Ababa. This is the main accommodation site where children and parents stay. We have a sitting room and bedrooms in this site. And this place can hold up to 50 parents and 50 children per night. And this place is for as long as the treatment is over. This is a home for them away from their home. This is where they have their snack and dye. They usually have snacks in the morning and in the afternoon, and the regular lunch, breakfast, and dinner program. And the parents join them for the dinner and breakfast and lunch. But snack is for the children because they need a lot of nutrition. Usually when the children come to Addis, they are malnourished. So we have to keep them giving them protein-based food. So that's why we have snacks and for the children. This is the children's playroom where we do schooling activity, and all the play is going here because the children stay in this home very long time, so they don't have to feel that they are in a hospital. This is the playroom, and we have a school teacher. The schooling program has helped so many kids who has lost their time in treatment. When they go back home, they were able to join their formal schooling. Okay, after the schooling, we'll see what the parents do during their stay in Seba Dereja home. Most of them are from the rural side, and they have basic skill of farming, but not much skill of handicraft. So we teach them the skills, and we sell also the product and give the income to them. This is a room that we used for counseling and also changing dressing. And this is a room used by psychologists when they have to give individual counseling. We have coffee ceremony every day, and this is a time where we do most of our discussion, and we join them so that we can learn from each other, and this is a time for the children and parents to relax and interact. This was all made possible by the Aslan Project with the generous and long-term support of Macmillan Stewart Foundation. Thank you.
Thank you for this award. The Aslan Project presents the Global Pediatric Cancer Partnership Award with gratitude to the Macmillan Stewart Foundation. On behalf of the Macmillan Stewart Foundation and the Board of Trustees, I'm proud to accept this award. I had the opportunity to visit both pediatric oncology units in Black Lion Hospital in Addis Ababa and Jimma Medical School. The children and their family are fully supported by ASLA project, and we are proud to continue to work with you in the coming years. Thank you.
All right. I again want to thank the Macmillan Stewart Foundation for your tremendous support over the last many years. That video speaks to just how much goes into making this programming work. So thanks again. I do want to announce some exciting news. We have raised over $1,500, again, from text to give options to 56512. Mark Calloway and Kelly McRae, thank you so much for your generosity. We are getting towards the end of the evening. We have just one more award to give out. So I encourage everybody, now is the time, if you have the means, to make a donation to the Aslan Project. Next, I'd like to actually invite Dr. Aziza Shad back on to present the Temesgen Gamacho Award.
Thank you, Philip. It gives me great pleasure to announce the recipient of the Temesgen Gamacho Award for this year. It's no other than a child that I have known since the age of 2, when he was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. Over the years, I have followed his progress and continued to be with him through 5 cancers that he has fought them with resilience and courage, and continued to give hope to everyone around him. A 5-time cancer survivor who gives back every single day of his life to other patients fighting cancer, volunteers at the Special Love camp for children with cancer, and has a family that continues to give every single day to people, to families, to children who are fighting cancer all over the world. With great pleasure, I announce this award to a very, very deserving recipient, Brian Tomoff.
I want to thank Ashley for the opportunity to receive this award, and Dr. Shad for all the work that she's done for me over the last 20 years and the kids in Ethiopia. Being a cancer survivor has its ups and downs and its accomplishments. Dr. Shad has been in my life for the last 20 years and will stop things on a dime. I want to give a shout out to Special Love, the organization I volunteer for in the summer to give back to kids with cancer. I give back because it means so much to me for the people who gave back to me while I was a kid at camp with cancer. I think it's very important for me to give back because I've been through it. I've been through what the campers are going through. So they can come to me if they have an issue, either at camp or outside of camp. How did you get through this step? Now, you kind of have to talk down to them a little bit and ask them how are they getting through it, and then give guidance on how you got through it. So my philosophy when I was going through camp or going through cancer was one day at a time. You can't look forward to the weekend because you don't know if you'll make it to the weekend because you're fighting some critical battles. And I think that's important because it's so overlooked that people just think, oh, cancer, well, it sucks, but they don't get everything that's down in the trenches. And that's important to get out because the national funding for cancer is only 4% for childhood cancer. And there needs to be more funding so that more kids can survive in the future.
All right, thank you so much, Ryan. Your story is an inspiration to us all and truly an embodiment of everything Temeskin was about as well. I see Aziza has joined me again. Aziza, do you have something you'd like to add?
Yes, I would. Actually, a bunch of parents whose children were being treated for cancer around the same time that Ryan was being treated got together and have donated $1,000 in honor of Ryan and his courageous life. And I'm very happy to report that my husband and I would like to match that gift by another $1,000 to honor Ryan.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much to the families, the Goldberger family, the Pappas family, the Eichner family, and the Shank family for that generous donation. And of course, Aziza, to you and your husband for matching that. That's tremendous. Thank you so much. With that, I do have a total for the evening. I know we set the goal at $75,000. I'm so thrilled to announce that we've raised $77,000 tonight, thanks to all of your generous input and your fantastic bidding on all those live auction items. So thank you so much to everyone who helped us this evening reach that goal. We'll use that to continue addressing disparities in pediatric cancer care in Ethiopia and Kenya. Of course, this evening would not have been possible without all of our tremendous sponsors. Thank you so much for your generosity. And thank you all, of course, for joining us tonight as well. We look forward to having you continue join us on this journey and in this work. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Okay. Great job, Philip and Aziza. Both of you guys did an amazing job. So the problem in the very beginning with the audio was because I did not have YouTube
muted or something.
Muted. Yep.
Okay.
That was the whole problem. Julie was telling me that she didn't have any audio, and I thought that there was an issue on my end, but it was just because I did not have YouTube muted. So that problem is fixed and will not happen in the future.
Sweet.
Let me see if Julie's going to try and come back on. Philip, I know that Julie was like testing you pretty much with the live production stuff. Do you feel pretty comfortable? You see how the lag is working, so
yeah, I think what I might do. So we should talk about. We'll wait for Julie to get on. My question for you, Rick, is about should I be muting and unmuting myself? Because I was sort of doing that throughout, or or someone going to do that for me?
Hey, Julie.
Hey, I'm waiting here. I see you all.
Hey guys, can we see you guys? I can't see anything. I can only see the Aslan project. Yeah.
I don't see you in StreamYard.
All right. No, I was in YouTube again.
Okay.
Hold on.
I just ended the broadcast. Sorry about that. She was calling me. What was that?
I can't see anybody. I can only see the last thing that says thank you from the Aslan project.
Got it.
Should I be muting and unmuting myself, Rick, or are you going to do that?
Yeah, that actually worked the best because I have so many other pieces that I'm trying to like keep track of.
No
that would be awesome if you could just mute and unmute yourself. It's super helpful.
Yeah.
I know that Julie there was some sync issues with the audio on YouTube. So on occasion, your lips were moving, but the audio was a little bit off. So we're going to work on getting that sort of like fixed up. I think Julie's internet connection is really slow. So that could be the problem. However, other people may also have slow internet connections.
I should just talk without moving my lips.
Yeah, perfect. That's it. Awesome. So that was a problem that we need to fix. But outside of that, I feel like it went really quite well. I mean, you could see that it went a lot better than yesterday.
Yeah.
Aziza, I thought you did wonderful. Julie's calling again. Hello.
Hey, I'm waiting now.
Okay, it's coming. It's coming.
You're not in here. I don't see you anywhere, Julie. Did you use the right link?
Yeah, I mean, it says only the host can see you. I can hear you guys.
That's so weird.
Like, should I? Oh, bye, Rick. Bye, Aziza. I'm here alone.
Okay. She's getting there.
I'm still on my call. I'm just trying to see if it makes sense to be up here than downstairs. Let's see.
I was enjoying like creating random people's names.
Exactly. Like, I don't know, Kelly McRae. Sure.
Kelly McRae. It's kind of cracking me up.
Oh, my question would be, Rick, if I should be just sort of, hey,
sorry.
No worries. My question is, if I said going, gone, and something does come in later, should I just at the beginning say there's a caveat? If I see a higher bid, I'm just going to keep taking it in order to raise the most money. You know?
Okay, so I'm sorry that I've had a lag here in joining, but first of all, I thought it went really well.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought everybody did a great job. I thought Rick, you did a seamless, beautiful transition between everything. There was only one glitch after, and we'll talk about it in a minute, about the sponsor slide.
Mm-hmm.
When you made the transition back on YouTube, you showed backstage in StreamYard for just 1 second.
Got
so
it.
I could see you and Aziza. But otherwise, it was seamless. The graphics were great. Once I figured out thank you, Rick, how to do full screen, it looked beautiful. The syncing does get me, though. I did hear you, Rick, say I have a slow connection. I don't. I have 1G.
Okay.
So I have an amazing connection. So
okay.
I really don't know. Although, you know, Allie is on Zoom calls too, and it could be that maybe we just have a, you know, but that would be true with a lot of families. So
I agree. Yes.
we can try to troubleshoot that with StreamYard. But what I was thinking was that we should just address it head on, Philip, with at the beginning to say that, you know, this isn't a normal fundraiser. And I think you can also say, and this really isn't a normal time for remote video use. You know, we're probably not the only ones in your family on a big Zoom call right now. We certainly aren't the only one in your neighborhood. So you may experience occasional times when, you know, our we aren't syncing. But those will clear up, let us assure you. And most of our evening tonight, you won't experience that at all. So please hang with us if that happens. Because it is really distracting, and hopefully we can troubleshoot it. But I think, like everything else, if we address it head on, and I do also think it's going to be really important, just like we had all that interference for, I know, Rick, you say that everybody should close all their other windows. You should, like close off your mics. Like we should have a real good, strong instruction for you to anticipate problems and all of that. Because it does get disconcerting if it's not working on the YouTube end.
Of course.
The other thing I think that needs to be covered, and again, this is because I'm an idiot and I don't do these things on YouTube ever, but when I got onto even different types of screens, I lost the ability to use the chat box, but it was kind of frozen. So I had to play around with it a lot. And I would encourage people to get comfortable with their chat boxes because of the bidding later, when you get to that point in your instructions, make sure your chat box is on and that it's, working, and we'll even ignore, your, chats to everybody else. You can say hello to your fellow guests if you want to make a practice, in the chat box to be sure that you're ready to bid. I think just instructions up front, I think, will save a lot of anxiety and time. And save us money. But I thought that my other takeaways, and I may have missed some of the things that Rick said. I didn't quite look exactly what time we started. Did you see, Rick?
It was 2:11, I think.
2:11.
So we're about an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we ended at 3:19. So we barely hit an hour. And I think that was really, really great. I think that the early thing with the sponsor slides, that's just a little bit of a disconnect on my part.
We'll go through that this
I
evening.
sent you, Philip, in the new cheat sheet. I think that forget what I sent you and just say, I'd like to take this time to share with you our some of our major pre-event sponsors. I wouldn't even read them. The slides are really nice. And I think that we say so much at the beginning. And I was just going to suggest that, you say that, when you still have quite a few things to go, when you start giving the instructions. So I think you should just say, because Rick is going to keep these up to date and to eliminate pressure on you, why don't we simply say, Rick, that that we just show the slides?
We just show the slides. Plus, Philip, that helps with any pronunciation, things you may not be able to speak correctly to and what have you. So I think that's definitely the way to go, Julie.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do that.
And then when I get to the friends sponsor slide, then you know that you're going to be coming back up.
Yeah. So, so I thought that was a one good idea there. And, otherwise, I know that I need to give you a little bit more filler on. You did an amazing job, obviously, with Call Your Mother. It was so perfect.
You really did.
I need to give you more filler on Josh because he has been a chef at, so many incredible restaurants. And
do you want me to just text Danny or Mary Grace? Do they know him? Will they just?
Oh yeah, they're very good friends. There's an article about this Parsifal concept that I'll send you the link to that.
Okay.
And that gives a background on Josh and all of this. So I will send you that filler. And so the other thing was, with Stone Harbor, I mean, again, going back to the bidding, I think that, we should could you really tell, Rick, how long it took from when your bid went up on YouTube to when Philip saw it? I was trying to time it, and it was like
about
7
seconds, 7 or 8 seconds.
It was more.
It wasn't that bad. Maybe 10 seconds.
Maybe 10 seconds.
So because I was going back and forth between StreamYard and YouTube. Whenever I, submitted a bid, I'd go back to StreamYard to see when it would pop up, and it really wasn't horrible. There's definitely a lag. We know that.
So I guess my question is there a lag both ways? Because I know there's a lag from when I'm speaking to when people are seeing it on YouTube. But if you type something in YouTube, then there a second lag back to StreamYard? Okay.
Yeah. I think that there is. And so, first of all, I thought you handled it really well with that first one where you said, oh, this late bid came in. Sorry, John Smith. That's the way things go, folks. If you really want an item, when you see it come up, maybe bid high, just to get the bidding going. But also just make sure when you see a new bid come in, type yours in right away. Okay. I also think that it's really important for you to say periodically, make sure that you put your name for your first bid, your email address, full name, first name, last name, email address, and your bid. After you put your first one in, if you're in a bidding war, go ahead and just put your name, because we don't know from the handle who these people are.
Right.
But I think you did a great job. And I think that, by saying early on, again, the more we say up front, the less of an issue we'll have with people getting upset. And I think you just say, like you did, there is a lag time. And again, depending on everyone's connectivity and what's going on in the world, it may be, up to 10 seconds. So just please get your bids in early. And if there, is an issue and we miss a bidder, our sincere apologies. Okay. Just again, I don't think there's anything else we can do about it.
I guess my question is, Julie, is your let's say I say sold and it's $77,000 and someone types in an $8,000 that shows up right after I say sold. Do you want me to say, oh, never mind. This is, in the spirit of trying to raise money, we're gonna open up the bidding again, because I want you guys to maximize what you can get without making it totally herky-jerky and awkward for everyone who's watching it.
I have no problem with you reopening the bidding. Okay. What about you, Rick and Aziza?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's fine. I mean, the more money, the better. Listen.
Okay. Yep, I agree.
Yeah. And I think it also kind of makes it more exciting. Hey, we had a late bidder, and I guess this item is really popular and John Smith really wants it. So let me open it up again. Let me chat more about this item. And I think maybe if you reopen it, you can just say, I'm going to reopen bidding for 10 more seconds. And if anybody wants to get their bid in, the person who we thought won, you can just say, Sally Smith, we know you're excited about this item too. Do you want to outbid Tom Wilson?
Right.
And, but I think, honestly, I do think, even though we hate dead space, and, I think doing like going once and you can talk a little bit, going twice, talk a little bit. Okay, I'm calling it.
Right. So just make that, extend that time a little bit. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I think rather than maybe like if you don't see things coming in, don't keep using filler to see if more people will come in. You can even start like the closing process as, or maybe we have another thing that you say that, first warning here, I'm not seeing any new bids. I'm going to start calling it. So get it in. Like you can just say some things to get it going. But
okay, cool.
If we do reopen it though, I think we really need to give the prior winner a real opportunity to say, almost say something like, hey, Sally, you know, let us know in the chat box. Do you want to, you know, bid any higher on this? Because we don't, you know, want to have you lose this time.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And if we reopen it, I do think we need to let that lag time play out.
Okay.
Yeah, but otherwise I thought that it went really well. Aziza, were the questions clear to you?
They were okay. I mean, you know, I mean, I said what I said, but the goals thing is okay. You know, the psyche of the people, I mean, I hope it came across that they're enthusiastic and they've been resilient and, you know, I mean, but there's not much you can say about that.
Well, I think resiliency is the word that we need. Courage and resiliency, that is exactly, those are the two concepts, because, you know, what they are dealing with is almost unimaginable to us. That in the face of the normal challenges, you know, now they are dealing with COVID on top of it. And as you said, we've had a number of residents and interns on the unit become infected, the whole TAPCO staff, and many children with cancer and their parents. And so the only other thing I would say about this, remember that TAPCO and TASH, our TASH pediatric team, cancer team, and TAPCO are working with the Federal Ministry of Health to design processes that will enable children, even while they're in quarantine, to continue with their treatment.
I said that.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't say with the federal ministry, but I said that children are still being treated. You know, even though they were COVID positive, once they got better, they were all back in treatment. You can't treat children who, I mean, that's against medical findings. We're not treating children who are quarantined. We can't. You have to wait till they're over their disease, they're over their illness. So you give them 10 days and then we treat.
Okay, but if they're still, you know, not back on the unit, they're facilitating.
And I'll actually put something nice together for Ryan, because I saw the introductions for the other two. And Terry's going to be talking to me this evening. So I just want to write something up.
Okay.
Great.
What about any other thing that you want to say, Rick?
No, I think, like I before you got on, I was mentioning how great I think I've done live auctions before, and you did a really good job, Philip, of filling. I think it's going to be really great. So thank you very much. And the transitions and everything, so much smoother this time. Everything went well, sort of on my end. So I just need to troubleshoot the sort of audio syncing a little bit. But I think we're in decent shape, and I think we're everybody's, I think their mindset is pretty much ready for tomorrow and knows what we need to accomplish and do. So
I thought the best videos were Deriba and Seba Dereja. They were really impactful videos, the two of them.
Yeah.
So guess who did the Deriba video?
You edited it.
Allie and I.
Beautiful. But I mean, and having the words written over there makes all the difference in the world. For example, highly uses, I don't think anybody's going to understand.
No, that's going to have subtitles, Aziza. We just haven't uploaded it.
Yeah.
So that's going to have subtitles, our main video. But did you, Philip, you and Aziza, like our main video?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I love seeing the kids and just hearing those, and then hearing from the doctors and the parents. It's a nice, you hear sort of, you know, you want to hear from both those sides. So it's interesting. Yeah.
Good. It was really challenging to do with COVID.
Yeah.
Really, really challenging. And also, not to mention, they've just been having horrible communication issues there. I didn't even think we would get them, frankly, but well, I'm glad you guys like them. So the only thing that we didn't cover with this, and Obviously, you did an awesome job, Philip, of making it up. But I just need to get what I'm going to practice, and maybe Rick, we could practice on this together, is monitoring the Give by Cell platform. So it was really hard for me to figure out where I was going to be, and then to have that going like on my phone at the same time. And then if I want to communicate with Rick, I'm going to have to, maybe I'll borrow, because I don't want a lot of things open.
Do you want, would it be helpful? Like my mom can be enlisted to do some of this too. Do you want her to monitor Give by Cell? Is there anything else we can do on our end just to take it off of your hands?
Sure. I mean, what would help you in this, Rick? Because you've got the whole production going. Oh.
You're
we
muted.
Don't hear you, Rick.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah, it was even difficult me just putting in fake bids into YouTube because I would manage all these other things. So I think if somebody can take over the Give by Cell piece and put that into, either feed that to Julie or something, because that needs to go into the private chat, Julie. So I feel like you need to do that.
Unless Mary Louise is doing it with Philip.
Yeah. And just giving him the information.
Hey. Do you need an administrative assistant here?
Yeah, we need.
Maybe you and I, Mary Louise, could be monitoring the Give by Cell to have a tally to feed to Philip.
Yeah. Okay, just happy to do whatever.
That would be super helpful.
Did you hear what a great job he was doing?
We'll get some. Hold on, I just gotta shut my phone. If we can get somebody on our team here to do that.
Okay, great. But I'll do it also, Philip. So I will be communicating with you. So just confirm again for me, Rick. Am I only on YouTube or only on StreamYard?
You are only on, well, you need to be on both.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You need to put the questions into YouTube.
I'm not going to do the questions because my handle is Aslan Project Videos.
Oh, that's right. All right. Well, then if you only need to be in the private chat.
Okay. I will get ringers to be asking those questions.
Bring those questions in. Great.
And I'm sure I'm going to put 2 questions in. And if nobody else asks a question, the 2 will be the future priorities for, and I wouldn't just mention Pierre Bays, I would mention the St. Jude the Virtual Quality Assistance Initiative and big conference. Because I think people are excited to hear that we're partnering with them. It gives it,
But even, talking about retinoblastoma is huge. The amount of eye cancer in that country.
Yeah, I know, but people who don't understand that, who like to hear a name, like that might be helpful. Yeah, so anyway, I'll just be on StreamYard then, and I'll have other people feed those 2 questions. And if we don't get any other questions, we can stop at 2, but I don't think we should go for more than 3.
Agreed.
So definitely hit those 2, Aziza, and then maybe do 1 more. If 1 more comes in and you like the question. Oh, the last thing about the questions, I wouldn't call out the person's name because you're going to be seeing their YouTube handles. And so you can just say, I see a question that is asking blank. That we don't need to see the name for you to say the name of the questioner. So that was one other comment. And so obviously that's true too, Philip, with the bids that you're seeing. And so like if you're seeing any bids that come in with a handle, but not their first and last name, email address, then you can just say, that's a good chance to say, hey, I see this from blah, blah, blah. We don't know who you are. So if you're interested in this item, again, please give us your first name, last name, whatever.
Sure. Julie, is there any the week that you gave? Should I say that there's options to move that off season or something if they want to do that, or is it just that week?
There are absolutely options to move it off season. The only reason why I didn't say that is because the fair market value is different.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You can just say, oh, that is one other thing that you do need to say, that folks can, all of the winners to, claim your gift certificate or your gift, please reach out to Rick. Should we do that to you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Should we put a slide up at the end when Philip congratulates the winners and say, to collect your gift?
Yeah.
But absolutely, Philip, you can say, if this week doesn't work for you, the owner is very willing to work on an alternative week in September or October of 2021.
Perfect. Okay, cool. All right, what time are we all getting together tomorrow?
Well,
7 a.m. for another practice.
I'm literally starting the show at like 15 minutes prior. So if we want to discuss things, we would have to go before that. So if it starts at 6:30, I'm starting the scroll at 6:15. So why don't we plan to get on StreamYard at 5:45?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then I'll send you the final StreamYard link for you to get in here after this is over.
Perfect.
So Rick, now Smith and Mary Louise's talks will come without any disturbance, right? Because I could barely hear Smith and there was just so much interference in there.
Yes, that will be all cleared up. That will be completely fine.
I have to ask one last thing before we get off. What flavor did you get at Springer's?
We haven't been yet. I just said
that. Because I think they may have closed.
Oh, okay.
Have you been to Stone Harbor yet?
No, we're supposed to go. We're going to go either Wednesday or Thursday.
Oh. Well, you can just say, I've heard that. I'll write this down for you for filler, but they have the world's best ice cream at homemade ice cream at Springer's.
All right. We'll do
and
it.
I recommend the Springer chip, which is a coffee chip. Other good filler.
Perfect. Okay, great.
You guys, thanks so much for your time. I know we went over, but I really appreciate it. I think I feel really good about everything. So
good. Thank you all so much.
All right. Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Have a good night. Hello.
Hi. I figured you were going to stay on. So. Okay.
I'm exhausted.
Are you? Were you up late last night editing?
Working with Allie, but she's the one who, she was remarkable about it. I can't even tell you what he sent us.
I'm sure.
But yeah, she was incredible. She was just incredible.
I just put in a few more RSVPs and we're at 53,652.
Wow.
Which is awesome.
And then how many people?
89.
Wow, that's so great.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
So, I'm
gonna call StreamYard now and just ask them and see if they have any troubleshooting problems. But honestly, Julie, I think what you mentioned is the best way to go, is to say, I have no idea, to be honest, why there's a lag. I can't answer that question. There shouldn't be. And the reason why sometimes there is a lag and other times there's not, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah. So I'm going to troubleshoot with StreamYard, but I think really our best bet is just to be upfront with everybody and say, exactly what you said. And just say, please stay with us. It won't be an issue. If this does happen, it won't be an issue for very long. It'll, et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah. And just say that, you know, everybody is experiencing this, you know, with this kind of technology.
Right.
And,
right.
You know, it's, you know, it will likely resolve the next time you see, you know, but, and I think it's important to say most of our program is actually recorded. And so there'll be no, you know, no lag with that. And in particular, the videos that we're going to be showing tonight, introducing you to our programs and our partners on the ground. And we can't wait for you to meet them all.
So was it just when Aziza and Philip were talking, or was it when videos played too?
Well, I have no idea about knowing that because they are what they are. So there can't be a lag for anything that was recorded. And I did not hear any audio with Smith. And
Yeah,
Mary
I don't know
Louise.
why that. I want to practice that.
I think it was on my end. It was so, I was really discombobulated about what I should mute and what I shouldn't mute from StreamYard to YouTube, that I knocked myself out of YouTube. And then honestly, it was, there was a lot on my end. So
it's okay.
Maybe you and I could practice before.
Why don't you and I practice either later today or this evening or early tomorrow or something, or, you know, I'd love to practice again with you and just make sure you're.
Before you call StreamYard, do you want to just run Smith so I can see if there's a lag in that?
Well, I ended the broadcast, so I have to create a whole nother.
Oh.
I'd have to create a whole nother StreamYard and YouTube.
Oh, don't worry about it.
You know what I mean?
Were you listening on YouTube or on StreamYard?
I was listening on StreamYard.
Okay. So unfortunately, I can't answer that because I was a nincompoop, and I think I had the one mic that I was supposed to, or like the volume I was supposed to, it was just like.
Well, let's set a time to, I can set up another, like, you know, StreamYard and another little YouTube, you know, broadcast just for you and I to practice and to go through it. And then let's just do that. So you tell me when you want to do that. I'm not kidding. The only thing that I have left to do is to look at the video that you're going to, did you upload it yet into Dropbox?
No, I had not by the time we started.
That's okay. So I just need to look at that, and I need to put the transitions into it in the beginning and the end, and then I need to add some music to the slide presentation in the beginning. But that's kind of all I have to get done today, because you saw the slides went a million times better.
With what? I'm sorry.
The slides. The PowerPoint slides that went so much better today.
Oh my gosh, they went so much better.
It's like a whole nother world.
Yeah.
I would also, I want to go with you that maybe we do this at the end of the day, is go through the sponsors, the RSVP list, and make sure all the sponsors are correct in the slides, and we can make any edits. I've been keeping updated with them as they come in today and updating the slides as well. But it'd be good if you and I just kind of go through together and make sure everybody's there.
Yeah, and I also think that it's great. You know, Philip is so charming, but he has so much FaceTime that it's good to, you know, show those slides as he's talking.
Perfect. Yeah. He doesn't need to talk. He doesn't need to mention the names.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll go, you know, at a decent pace, but not too fast, but, you know, so it's not awkward. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, when do you want to do this?
Well, why don't you reach out to StreamYard and just ask if anybody else, because do they always stream then on YouTube? Is that just the way that they work?
They either stream through YouTube or Facebook Live. Those are the only two that they do. Okay,
so then they probably have had experience with the syncing issue.
I would think so.
So if you wouldn't mind reaching out to them. So why don't we practice again at like 5:30, because did you send the email out to all the?
Not yet.
Yeah, so we both need to still do that. I want to work on that email here.
Okay, I was planning on sending it out now, after we're done here.
Okay. So I still need to put it on Constant Contact. I've got to put the pictures in. It's going to take me a couple of hours.
Okay.
So 4 o'clock. How was your chili, by the way?
I was just going to tell you, it was so good.
It was so good. In your chili?
Huh?
Do you put spaghetti in your chili?
No, I don't. No. Oh. I've had that before though.
Yeah, because I'm from Indiana, so that's kind of the Midwestern thing.
Yeah.
I don't do it with my vegetarian chili, but
I like my chili really spicy. Like I like it hot, you know. So spicy hot. So it was good. It was real good.
Good.
Now I have a whole bunch in my freezer so I can have it whenever I want.
Excellent.
Yeah, so what, 5:36? Like I'm around. I hope.
Yeah, I'm going to start on that. I've got to reach out to Teddy. Why he sent me on WhatsApp the link, but not on email. And I hope I can get it.
Can't you just forward it to your email from your phone?
Let me go get my phone. Just a second.
Okay. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, let me just see. Send a copy. Well, I'll put it right in there and let you know if there's a problem.
Okay.
I will say one thing. I wish we could edit Greg's and take the part out about me.
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. I so knew you were going to say that. But I think it's lovely. It's lovely. Take the compliment, Julie. It's really nice. I thought it was very nice. Hello? You froze on me. I can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you're frozen, Julie.
Rick?
Yes, I can hear you. There you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's when I was trying to airdrop while we were talking.
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah.
All right. You froze again. You're back. I can kind of hear you, but you keep freezing, so.
Using my phone.
Let's just plan on connecting at 5:30 or text me or something. Oh, you're back now. And then we'll go from there.
Maybe what we could do when we practice is have you only look on YouTube and see if you have any syncing problems, because then it really will be my issue.
Well, it'll be difficult for me to. I can't only. Oh, well, I could only be on YouTube, and I wouldn't be in StreamYard. But you would be the one that would have to sort of manage StreamYard. Like I can't be in both. I have to have. I wouldn't be able to tell if there was audio in YouTube because I have to have YouTube muted so there isn't all that echo like we had in the beginning.
So one thought that I had, Rick, I don't go into my office because it's a WeWork, you know?
Yeah.
but maybe tomorrow, because they have very high speed internet.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if I went in and, did it there tomorrow, that maybe that would be better because nobody would be there then.
Yeah, true.
Maybe that would be more reliable.
I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, you said you have like your internet's good, so I don't know why you keep like breaking up on me and I
Well, I think because somebody else is on a Zoom call at the same time.
probably. I mean, that's sucking up a lot of your bandwidth.
And I also think that notwithstanding the fact that I pay for 1G, I don't think 1G necessarily comes into my house.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that I probably should go to my office tomorrow.
For the actual show?
For the show.
Okay. I mean,
Just
whatever you think makes you most comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to freak out if suddenly I'm seeing all of this syncing problem.
Right. Right.
The thing that worries me a little bit, if we're having Mary Louise monitor the give by cell, so she'll have
You need to get that information to you somehow so you can type it in. Like she doesn't have a way to type it in unless she's telling Philip directly.
Well, that's what I was envisioning, that she would just
Okay.
slip a note to Philip.
Okay. Then that's good. Yeah. Then that would work.
Would that hurt his bandwidth?
He seemed to be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus,
I just think this neighborhood that I live in just stinks for the internet.
You know what? It's the same thing like out of my sister's house. She lives in Oakton, Virginia, and she has like all kinds of she said all this different kind of stuff like for her internet installed, and it's still crummy. I mean, it still is like it just doesn't. It's really spotty and doesn't work right. So
it could be that. I mean, the good news is tomorrow night, that really doesn't matter because I'm not doing anything except feeding information to Philip.
And yes, because somebody else is going to put the questions in for Aziza.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Okay.
All right. So I just, maybe I could be in touch with some other people to see if it's not syncing. Like I could have somebody who I know is tuning in and to have them tell me if it's not syncing.
Yeah. I could do that too. I could ask a friend of mine to just go on and ask.
And just go on and monitor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
frankly, that place is a little bit spooky at night if nobody is around.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know, Julie. I feel like you're used to doing it at home and with what you have, and I wouldn't want to like upset the cart, you know what I mean? And then go someplace and all of a sudden it's not working at all and you have you freak out.
So will you and I be able to talk to each other?
The only way we'd be able to talk to each other is if we could talk through chat.
Through the private chat?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good. All right, well, we'll talk to each other shortly.
All right.
Thank you so much, Rick.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
Right. Bye.